Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Natalie Pohl. Coach, we caught up with you last week talking about getting back from winter break and spring practice and everything, and boom, all of a sudden it is opening week.
It is, and so it's been exciting this week to be around the girls. I think sometimes whenever you're grinding out practices and you can't really see, the end, I think that that's a little bit different, but I think that is coming to a head here, and I think that we're finalizing potential lineup that we sat down as a staff and discussed that yesterday, and so it's getting here.
You'd run out of time pretty quick. You really do. Once you get toward opening weekend, you can't ever get everything in. But are you satisfied with where you're at right now entering the first weekend?
I definitely think that the girls understand what it is that we're trying to accomplish. When we're in different defensive situations, offensive situations, I think that they have a clear perspective about that. And so for them, they're just working on execution and, trying to be as successful at that as possible. And we are still having a ton of teaching moments, and that's okay. Like we hope that we will be continuing to do that. But I am pleased with a lot of the efforts that are taking place. I'm pleased with the progress that some of them are making. And I definitely think that we have options, not only as far as who our starters are, but pulling people off the bench, and I think we're deeper than we have been traditionally, and that's exciting.
You mentioned starters. You're pretty firm on what you think the lineup will be, any last-minute tweaks, and then I guess you're pretty set on how you're going to rotate your pitchers this weekend.
We are, and some of that's based on their strengths as well as our opponents, and so, ultimately we don't know how someone's going to compete until they get out there, but we have done as much live hitting as possible to create those competitive situations. And but we're pretty firm on what we want to do, but we are definitely open. We have got some options, which is really nice.
What also is really nice is you get to go down to Florida Gulf Coast into the southern part of Florida, so get down in some warm weather.
Yes, it's supposed to be in the 80s. That puts a smile on my face. I'm excited about playing in the warmth, and I think that it's just easier to move. It's easier to warm up for our athletes, and so it's just nicer weather for our game.
You take a look at this tournament down at Florida Gulf Coast. Ball State, Georgetown, LIU, Brooklyn, NC State will be the 4 teams you play. You won't play the host school, but what do you see out of that field that you're going to play?
Just a great group of competitors, well coached, and some teams that have had some success, on the field, and so I don't think it's going to be an easy challenge for us, but that's kind of what we need. We need to get in there and get after it. We really need to see who we are, and so my hope is that we go out there and just kind of set the tone from game number 1.
Obviously, winning's the ultimate goal. What else do you need to see out of any first weekend?
Some growth, just aggressiveness, maturity, our ability to handle 2 strike counts well, execution of moving runners, being able to step up in some scoring situations and have some productive at-bats. For our pitchers, just to do their job and working ahead, making sure that we find hitters' holes, that we attack those, and that we manage the game emotionally and mentally.
All right, Coach, sounds good. Have fun. Get some wins down there.
Thank you.
That is head coach Natalie Pohl. I'm Jeff Brightwell for the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.